That game, I still have that game. We gotta play that shit.
I have a funny clip from Rainbow's Awesome Holiday that I can show. Hold on.
Nice. I'm gonna quickly look to the kitchen and get some food. I'll screen share the game to you guys. Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna be right back. Also, I forgot to mention this now, but we're streaming right now. Say hi to the chat.
Germa. Germa. Germa.
I ain't killing you.
Germa would never kill me.
Trust.
Trust.
Alright, fellow kids, let's... Oh, I forgot the title screen changed.
Yeah, it's very cute now.
I still hate the noses, though.
Yeah, I don't know who drew this, but the Sekimeiya main artist seems to struggle with noses, that's for sure.
I think the Sekimeiya artist struggles with men in general, I think.
Yeah, the women are so good. The men could
Like,
use some polish.
yeah, Akuro, like, looks okay. Kate sucks. Every time. Every time I have every stream, I have to point out how much I hate Kate's art.
I know, it's so funny. Not gonna find the clip. Oh my god.
What?
What do you think the streaming policy says? Question mark.
I'm gonna read it.
Are you sure?
Yes, I think we should definitely read the streaming policy. I mean, we've never read it before, and like,
Yeah.
You're not able to read the streaming policy though.
we want to become like micro celebrities, so it's important to
Yeah, we follow the law.
yeah, it's important to keep in touch with the law. We don't want to like use money or something. 7?
He
I'm
went
back.
to get food, yeah.
Now,
Not eat.
what's the problem?
All right, 7. I want. We should read the streaming policy just to make sure.
Yeah, they may have changed it per episode too. What if they like changed around the
Red
soundtracks
Hollow.
and stuff for chapter 2?
Red Hall. Hey, Red Hall.
Yeah.
We did
Read
reach
the
streaming
streaming policy.
Yeah.
What I already did.
No, you did not. They changed it.
They changed it?
Yeah,
That's
for chapter
updated?
2.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. For chapter
guess
2,
I
they
have
changed
to.
it. You have to read
Yep.
it.
Streaming policy. As the development team, we have
He
no
literally
problem with
admits
full
he's part of
playthroughs
the
of the
development
game,
team.
whoever recorded or streamed. However, please be aware that the soundtrack contains numerous licensed tracks that may trigger automatic copyright detection on various video platforms. This may result in issues with video monetization or audio muting in VODs, but should not negatively impact your channel as a whole.
Yeah.
And that is the
You know,
streaming policy
Yeah.
that nobody has ever read so
Nobody
far.
has
Yeah,
ever read
true.
so far.
You know, is it okay if I tell a scary story
Sure.
real quick?
Go for it.
So there
Is it
are
about Germa?
No, it's not. It's not about Germa. It's just a very scary horror story. Okay.
Okay, explain.
So there are rumors going around that if you look very hard and if you search
I am very hard, yes.
for it very carefully in Sekimeiya's main menu, okay? And don't get scared when I tell you this. Don't get scared, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I hear the rumors are that there is even a privacy policy. Okay, don't get scared. Don't get scared.
Holy shit! Oh god, I don't think I can take it.
Hey, Red Hall.
Can you read the privacy policy for us, Red Hollow?
Yeah, Red Hall. I need you to read us a privacy
No, you have to
Making me read shit.
What the heck is the privacy policy? And let's see.
We don't know. We've never read it.
By playing this game, you agreed to the collection of the following information for the uses stated below. What we collect. Game progress and playtime. Selected preferences and choices. game version, game platform, and country level location. IP address and more accurate geolocation are not collected. I don't know about that one.
Red Hollow, why are you stealing our IP?
How it's used, your data will not be shared or sold to third
Yeah,
parties.
okay,
I
buddy,
believe
yeah.
it. I believe it.
Aggregated, anonymous data can be seen and visualized by anyone that completes the game in a post-game stats screen. Data is used to inform improvements to user experience and future updates. I don't know about that IP address and accurate
Yeah.
geolocation part.
What do you mean by that?
What do they mean by this?
Chapter
I'm not-
2. Unbelievable.
Yeah,
You've been playing this game for 23 hours. Oh my
33 actually.
it's 33. We lost 10 hours. Of
Oh
progress.
yeah. Speaking of our earlier things, go to notes.
All right. No, here you can see all the notes that we've taken.
I knew it.
Kate, gay sex, Sekimeiya, and then,
Sorry, I'm back. I went to the bathroom.
They finally had sex hearts emoji. I made that one. That's my masterpiece right there.
And as you can
No.
see, we took a lot of notes.
Actually, I made these notes.
Yep.
I
Very
hacked into
important too.
I hacked into someone's computer to do it.
A lot of notes there, as you can see.
Yeah. There was also one where it was just like in red Among Us, but I don't know where that one went. I think they got that one
so
deleted.
wait. So chapter 1 had 65 notes?
Yeah.
65.
Well, 65,
chapters.
yeah, 65
Scenes.
sections.
Just a little bit much.
No.
Goddamn gay sex number 2.
Oh, goose.
Germa.
What is privacy policy? Question mark.
German Scout TF2.
By the way, I only have about an hour left.
Okay, we should go.
Okay, let's speedrun this.
Oh, hold on, one last thing. Fortnite or PUBG? There we go. Fortnite or PUBG? Anyway, who reads this?
Me.
Okay.
Red Hollow
I've never
died.
entered. Yeah. I've never entered Austria Tower before, but after waiting inside for so long, I began to feel familiar with these walls. Those walls.
Those
More
balls.
and more. Those balls.
Those balls.
More and more people have continued entering through the main door, lengthening the queue behind us.
Oh, yeah,
Actually, I have a theory.
Mhm.
Can you do something real quick?
Mhm.
Can you go to settings?
Okay.
Can you turn off skip unread? Okay, skip. That's turned off, right?
Mhm.
So can you hold the skip button?
Okay.
No, don't turn it off and see if you can skip. Okay, you can, but
Doesn't do anything.
we shouldn't. I think, because I guess we are seeing it from Shiroya's perspective this time around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
No way
we
he has
gotta.
he has a new sprite.
He's winking. He's doing the rock.
No, that's not really the rock.
I've never been inside Austria Tower either, guys. Have you guys ever been in Austria Tower before?
I've never heard of this place before. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, I think this is the first time.
Is it Ashi? Yeah.
Who is Austria? Yeah,
Yeah.
That's like Shiroya's mom.
Austria more like
Shiroya Austria.
gay. Ashi gay.
I already did my yawn.
Yeah, he did his yawn. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
Actually.
He did do it. Yeah.
Austria is
7.
gay.
I glanced at my right hand and saw.
What the?
Bro, it's talking down from heaven. It's just fucking Jesus himself. In front of Kimcha walking on water.
Died, just like Kate. It's like Kate speaking from heaven.
What happened?
Nothing. Go on.
Nothing. Go on.
You're good. You're good.
You're good.
What? No, explain.
Go on, just go on.
You're fine.
Don't
You're
worry
fine.
about
Hour
it.
left. Come on, we have to speedrun. We have to speedrun. Come on.
Speedrun.
No, explain.
Shut up, Inferno. Just
No.
read.
You'll see from the VOD what we mean.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's fine.
I glanced at my right and saw Oski's tired face. We'd been in silence for a long time, and I knew there wasn't much I could do to change that.
How tired are you?
I'll be fine. I'll be fine though.
Mingled with the tiredness was misery. Instead of looking back at me, he continued to stare at the rightmost column. Slightly frustrated, I awkwardly averted my eyes, too.
This is the exact same scene. Wow.
Yeah, but from Shiro's perspective. Anyway,
Yeah.
someone this is you.
The no shit.
So
I'd known him for a very long time, and he looked like a completely different person. It seemed the distance between us would keep extending despite the reason why we'd come to that building. The premise had meant to prevent what had happened from disrupting our relationship, but I felt that achieving that was far out of my reach. In addition, I had to constantly shape my attitude around it, which I hated. I knew how bad of an idea showing my discontent would have been, so I kept it to myself and continued mirroring his face.
I think this is Naomi.
Naomi?
Yeah, I
Okay.
think this is Naomi.
Everyone who's waiting in line, please get your tickets out.
The receptionists, who had been sharing the quietness, stood up and walked toward us with a barcode scanner. We were at the front line, so I handed her our 2 tickets. She hovered the machine over both barcodes until it released a quiet beep for each one.
B.
Oh?
Who is O?
I think we changed it. It was me, and then I think we changed it to
Inferno?
Me.
Oh yeah, right. You're right, because he's being overly British.
Yeah.
There you
Yeah.
go.
She gave them back to me with a smile, and I put them in my purse.
Oh. I'm glad to see you're back. I hope you enjoyed the event.
For the first time since we'd entered, she'd glanced at Atsuki's face before saying that.
But was about to say Akuro.
What did she mean? I've never been here.
Wait, that was a woman? Oh.
We had no
Yeah.
clue this whole time.
Man, I shrugged since she'd already moved on to the next man at our side, but I imagine
That's
she probably
Akuro.
confused him for someone else. There is still more than an hour left until 9 a.m. when the front door would open. I'd stop being curious about what we'd be shown as a result of the overbearing mixture of tiredness and coldness. I've been paying attention to the brief conversation I could hear to stave off boredom. They all kept detailing how strange the whole event was. Standing up for so long was building up pain on the lower side of my head, or on my back, so I had to force the thought of enduring it for over another hour out of my mind. I stretched my limbs and torso, and trying to resist the urge to lie on the floor.
Bro,
Now,
if they're
Shroya's
just bored,
fucked.
Bro, if they're just tired, why don't they just watch Subway Surfers gameplay for real?
Who is this? Shiraya Akuro, maybe? Is this Akuro?
I have no idea. Who would know me other than Mia? Just go.
Sai would know.
Shiroya.
I managed to leave my mind blank, but I abruptly turned around
Oh,
and
it's
I heard a
Kase.
fight from my left. A man was crouching next to me, and when he stopped, I saw his older face underneath white hair.
It's context.
It's
New Sprite! New Sprite! Holy shit!
Oh my god!
He's back! Yes!
Bro, I'm so happy right now, I'm gonna cry. Is this yours? I think you dropped it. He showed me a ticket that must have fallen from my purse when I stretched my muscles. I nodded to put it back inside, all while unnerved by his stiff motions.
Thank you.
How does it feel being the protagonist then?
Feels like I'm a protagonist.
No way.
One
After turning
chapter will be
around-
Sai, I'm sure.
He spent a few seconds staying still until he walked toward the door on the left. He gripped the knob and opened it before slowly disappearing through it. We weren't supposed to enter yet, so given how nobody has called him, he must have been an employee. Atsuki's mood didn't seem to have improved at all, which only caused my own form of anxiety to emerge. I had no way to get rid of it all, so all I did was stand up uncomfortably with no perception of what time. Bro, I can't believe he got a new spray, he's alive.
new clothes.
Bro, you have no idea how happy I am.
Same.
Who is this?
You.
You.
After a long, lonesome wait, I began to feel more confident and calm. My posture didn't change, but reminding myself that everything would be much better had borne fruits. It must have already been 9, because we were told we could advance through the left door, if we weren't part of the event. Nobody did, though everyone was gathered behind us. Sorry for the wait, everyone. We'll now begin the group entrances. A blonde woman wearing a dark suit came out of our door. I recalled having seen her face in the lobby not very long earlier. My name is Naomi. I'll be chaperoning today's guided visit. As you'll likely already know, groups of 3 will move forward in turns. Each visit is estimated to take approximately 15 minutes. Addressing the multitude at once, she glossed over the procedure and prohibitions. Once she was done, she looked over her glasses. Are you 3 in the first group?
I wasn't sure Asuki had paid attention to her discourse, and the man at our side was visibly out of it. I opened my mouth so that we wouldn't waste any more time. Yeah, we've been here for a while.
Perfect. Please follow me to the event room and be the first to see the Sekimeiya.
Quietly, she turned around and walked through the door. All the chatter had faded away, so the 3 of us walked behind her. The sound of our footsteps filled space.
On the other side was a long hallway with ornate decorations. There were a few open doors in both walls and a handrail linking all of them together. The woman stepped up to a door in the middle of the left wall and opened it for us.
This is where we hold many of our events. Make your way inside.
He crossed gazes with the strange man, whose look and behavior felt out of place. He entered first and stared at the red curtain that must have been covering the gemstones we had all come to see.
Aside from the display case, the room was empty and only contained a security camera with a flickering green light. More people than I imagined were intrigued about today's event. Personally, I was a little curious, so I proposed coming to spy what had happened. Asuki had immediately agreed to prove that he was strong enough to get through. Whether to me or himself, though, I didn't know. He was the last to enter, and Naomi closed the door. Then, she asked for introductions before starting to build up anticipation. According to her, we were sharing space with something of incredible value which had been found in the surrounding mountains.
Part of the experience is the touch. I will open the glass and let you experience it yourselves. However, I must insist that you be gentle with and keep your hands inside the cabinet at all times.
She took out a key ring from her pocket and isolated one of the smaller keys, which she inserted in the keyhole next to the curtain. I have a question.
What is it?
You keep mentioning how valuable the second is, but is there proof of that? The way you're explaining it, you don't even say what kind of gem it is, only that it's rare. The value could have been arbitrarily created by Austria. It's not being officially recognized as anything more than
What a nerd, bro. What a drama queen.
Well, I will let you decide that for yourself. As you said, it is not categorized because nobody was able to properly appraise it. That's all you need to be assured of its value.
I apologize for being skeptical, but you must be aware that Austria aren't exactly recognized for their fairness.
Do you have a reason to say that?
Yes, that everyone in the lobby is as skeptical as I am.
Maybe seeing it for yourself will convince you.
That's what I'm hoping. Zen.
Atsuki and I listened to the conversations until Naomi crouched to grab the bottom of the curtain. The real value of the Sekimeiya wasn't what had piqued my curiosity, since I thought its appearance was what caused the excitement. But Naomi's motion was cut off. Before she raised the curtain all the way up, my vision was obstructed by a dense smoke that forced me to shut my eyes.
That?
Yeah, instantly I recognized I was rapidly losing control of my body and I fell to the floor. Nobody responded to my yell, and Atsuki's desperate gasp was all I heard before silence reigned supreme. Immobile on the floor, reality distanced itself from me. It was all too familiar of an experience, but before I could think of that any longer, I blacked out.
That was way quicker than the last time.
Before
Yeah,
end of
because
chapter 2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
end of chapter. It just is that'd be really funny.
Hey,
I like how Atsuki's like an @ sign. See?
Yeah. The world vibrated. I saw Oski's hair next to my eyes, and his arms shaking me while his entire figure was covered by a dark substance. When he saw I'd awakened, he backed off.
you feel okay?
Lung cancer.
What happened? We're still here?
Also, I like how they stopped the previous song only
Yeah,
to play the same song the next scene. Mixing a nod with a shrug, he glanced at the drastically changed scenery. The smoke had changed everything at touch, including ourselves, and the room had become very dark. What the fuck is this?
Akaro's back, baby. That's my man.
That's my
Awkward
man.
All I could do with my shank was look sideways while I saw Akira trying to sit up. Where did Naomi go?
She wasn't here when I woke up.
Must have left through that door.
7.
Akira managed to stand up and look through it. Even though none of us had touched it, it was slightly open. The left hallway was dark, very dark too, and I could see the smoke had blocked the ceiling lights from illuminating it. Strangely, it didn't seem like anyone was there. In addition, none of us had discerned the origin of the smoke. As my mind started to get clearer, I began to process what had happened. I think, hear me out. I think when the Sekimeiya is activated for the first time after being dormant for a while, it releases the smoke.
Nah, you were tripping.
Because
You're
remember
absolutely
in the jeweler shop, the same smoke also appeared when they were buying the Sekimeiya. From the
I
guy.
guess.
Like,
Did she hear the
do you
alarm
think like
before
the
we
guys
fell
like came to the
unconscious?
shop with like just some smoke canteens or some shit, like some bottles?
Yeah.
Yes.
I believe
Okay.
they are. It is a terrorist organization. Also, I read it.
I suppose so.
Yeah, he did read it. He did read it. What alarm?
My look
Sen-
told him I hadn't either. Apparently, short after I'd been knocked out, a wordless alarm had played. It was fairly obvious. There had been a terrorist attack. Fortunately, Atsuki and I were safe, although all of us were clearly unsettled by the solitude.
Okay.
We didn't know how long we'd been asleep or what had happened during the blank period of time. However, something stood out in the room. The three of us were staring at it, and I began to feel able to stand up. Was the stun still the Sekimeiya? I shrugged, wondering the same thing. While Atsuki was still on the floor, I approached the curtain. I resumed Naomi's action and raised the curtain all the way up. Egg.
Egg.
Embrace.
Oh, never mind. It's still here.
It is? Bruh. I turned around and nodded. Akira approached me and saw with his own eyes the egg object contained within the glass. On top of a smooth cushion.
I'm gonna be right back. Give me like 10 seconds.
Press the
This
next
one.
line of dialogue. I'll do.
The spun glass. Is this really it? I figured they were making a big deal out of nothing, but it's even more underwhelming than I thought.
He is so base, dude. I'm gonna answer it again.
Look at his face. He's so like done with everything.
Ding chilling.
Akira smash.
I'm gonna smash. Big Fat, what's your favorite game of all time, period?
The world ends
I'm
with
back.
you.
Toei's pretty good for my I wanna try it.
It's glow in the dark.
Zen?
Hello.
It's glowing a little. Maybe that's why. Sorry, I have to still get adjusted.
I wonder where Naomi is. This seems pretty fishy.
Fishy.
Imagine if in like chapter 3 we see from Kati's perspective.
What do you mean? I think since chapter 3 is so long, it's gonna be size.
Probably.
Kati's perspective would
So
go
chapter
far,
4 is
though.
gonna be Akuro.
There's nobody here. I know this seems like an attack, but you know what I said regarding Gashi's reputation, right? I find it hard to believe they'd set up so much advertisement just for this thing. I'm sure they had something in mind to use this event for. Maybe this was it.
Or I don't follow, I should say. I forgot.
It happened right before we could see the Sekimeiya, an employee live. Nobody entered yet, and we weren't moved. I have an idea of what's going on.
How close to it?
That sounds like what a Zen member would say. I'm sure they wanted to use this opportunity to pull out some countermeasure against Zen, but I don't know what it would entail. We must have been caught in the middle of it.
I
I
have
don't
no
know.
idea.
Fat, I think?
No, yeah, I just read it. It's Inferno's turn.
Okay. Akaro, Phil, and Atsuki, who never heard of Zen.
Wow.
Amazing.
I still have trouble understanding what you're getting at.
What does this situation scream to you?
Hmm?
Failed robbery attempt, right? They might have purposely acted out of failed taxis that desperately, since they're desperate to publicly say they won once against Sin. I'm immediately noticing a bunch of odd details that point to that.
Didn't you say they always attack during the night? Why would they do it during the day?
If anything, that points further to not being behind it, and the false flag is the possibility next in line. Let's see how much time has passed and why nobody else is here. If I'm wrong, the police or Ashia should know. 7.
7.
I'm eating.
He's so bad. Just eat and read at the same time.
Right, I helped Atsuki stay up, and we brushed the remnants of the smoke off ourselves. Both of us were extremely tired, and the sudden turn of events felt almost surreal. But he still looked distant, almost divorced from reality. I'm sorry, girl.
Ooh, the force.
It took a few seconds for us to walk normally, but the left hallway was as we'd seen through the door, completely desolate.
We opened the opposite door and glanced at the right hallway, where we'd come from. It was in the same state as its parallel neighbor, indicating that whatever had happened was large scale.
Is that a person?
I almost read that.
Kate? You're right. Hey, what the hell happened?
He sped up towards them while I stopped.
Are you okay? I'm sorry I made you come here.
No, don't worry. None of this is your fault. It wasn't my fault, so I didn't push it. I sighed, a bit irritated, passed it off as loosening myself up, like I had been getting used to doing.
Next to the lobby door, we introduce ourselves to alright, everyone inside, as well as Kate, the person I exchanged words with before. He's alive! The first three had been the group behind us and had fallen unconscious while waiting in the hallway. Kate told us he worked in the tower's security manager and that he was trying to piece together what had happened. Oh, I wonder, chapter 2 is supposed to be like a short recap if we didn't understand anything.
I doubt it.
Naomi was gone?
Because this might be the reality where it's like the Shiraya that's in light.
The Shura POV. He looked.
Well, I mean, like, specifically, it's the one that's, like, was acting really weird.
Oh. He looked down, worried. I've been suspecting her, but I can't believe I was right. We have to find her. I'm almost certain she was behind the attack. What do you mean we have to find her? How can you even be sure she's still here? Through the poor illumination, I was able to see many expressions.
Jesus again.
Being
You got Jesus.
Kate, can you like go back to your previous fight? That was so much better. I reread my line 7. Also, this is you.
I know. Kate revealed what the alarm Atsuki heard had caused. Although the trigger was unknown, it had sealed every method of escape for 12 hours. Despite Atko's insistence, Kate kept repeating that he wasn't allowed to reveal anything else, but he claimed that he was unsure about the other details.
I don't get what you're saying. The Sekimeiya wasn't stolen. It's still in the cabinet, so you can't just ignore the activation of the alarm. If that's true, I'm as close as you are.
What does it look like?
Egg.
Hey.
You're right. That's the Sekimeiya. In case Naomi didn't warn you, the Sekimeiya.
I wasn't.
Oh my gosh, so bad.
There you go.
Must never be taken out of its cabinet. The temperature provided to it is essential to maintain it well. Did you keep it shut inside? Yes.
I wonder if the alarm put a halt to the plan. Then... hold on, I'm stupid. I wonder if the alarm put a halt on the plan then. Or... if Zin intends to take it out once the time expires.
See what I told you to? You already believe Zin are behind this. That could very well be Yashia's intention.
Isla? Oh no,
Fat.
it's not me. Big Fat.
Yeah.
So, Isla, whose mother hadn't stopped trying to break her back to bring her back to consciousness.
Break her back.
Open
Take
her
this,
eyes.
Tyler. You stupid child.
Stupid
Coughed
fat
a few
Babe?
times.
Yukari. Stupid
After a
fat.
few awkward seconds, Kate told her what had happened.
Is this a new CG? I forget.
No.
It's just zoomed in.
What?
7?
Why
Oh.
can't we leave?
I mean, if Big Fat wants, you can take Isla.
No. The exit is blocked off, and so are all the windows above. It's to prevent thieves from escaping.
So if
7?
he is here,
Isla?
I keep forgetting. Sorry.
He's so bad. Well, we don't think anything was stolen, so it's very possible something went wrong.
You forget again, I'm taking your spot.
You're not giving us much to work with. What could have gone wrong? As I said, the system behind the alarm is new and has hardly ever been tested. Plenty of things could have gone wrong. And you don't think the timing was way too precise for that?
Let's go to the lobby. I'm curious about the blocked door.
Oh, of course, he doesn't forget when Sai is like
Yeah, exactly.
here.
Interrupting conversation, Sai stood up and told us to follow. His intrigue was certainly shared, so we went through the door on our side.
Behind him was the untouched lobby. Even though 4 lights had turned off, the middle one shined strongly at our eyes, causing all of us to grimace as
Grimace?
we grimaced at the imposing shutter that had appeared in front of the exit. The only trace of all the people who'd been there was the bucket the janitor had been using.
Forget what I said.
It was clearly impossible to say that on completely keeping us shut inside. But not for Aqua Smash!
Akro, smash the door! He's not angry enough to break the door yet. We gotta make him angry so he can leave.
True.
Last
True,
time he
just
left
stab him.
the fucking building when he was angry, remember?
Yeah. According to Kati, the remaining door in the lobby area led to a little basement below us that stored the boiler, and there was no feasible way to leave the building before it automatically opened. He also told us that the alarm had disabled the computer on the reception desk. We were roughly frustrated as it seemed all of us had gotten innocently trapped, and we weren't even sure why. Thankfully, though, everyone was keeping calm. I was very tired, which might have watered down my reaction to everything. It was hard to believe that what I was experiencing was real, but I would most likely fall asleep somewhere well before the deadline.
The hallway door was slightly open, but someone went through it after the smoke was released, or else this hall would be stained as well. Look, the one to the other hallway's open too. Was it you, Kate?
Yes? Are all the windows this well blocked too? They should be. We have to spend the entire time isolated. Can we not talk to outside to understand what happened? This is ridiculous. Oh, but We can't, actually. I thought for a second we might have been able to, but I just realized the alarm side effects made that impossible. That's insane. Why would this alarm even be created that way? I recall telling you I'm not allowed to disclose that.
Is there footage from all the cameras we could look at?
No, the alarm made that impossible as
Okay,
well.
that was not like this last time. What?
I apologize. I personally looked at every room on this floor and I'm confident in saying we're the only people here. Right now, our priority must be finding Naomi, who I suspect might have hidden upstairs.
Is there anything of importance you found while you investigated?
Yes! The farthest crystal room in hallway A is the only one in which the smoke was released. That's how we refer to the exhibition rooms, by the way.
Huh? Smoke was released in another room. Why?
Zen.
Tate shook his head, indicating that he couldn't answer. As we had nowhere else to go, we were compelled to move over to it.
Two, this is me.
Well,
A 30 grade-
You read this, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna get some snacks. We'll get more.
A sturdy gray door caught our attention. Oh! He's so
This
bad.
is so bad, bro.
The sturdy gray door caught our attention first, and thanks to the map next to it, we learned that the security room is behind it. You could also see the basic layout of the floor we were on, named the crystal floor. As it says there, this is the security room, but we won't be able to access it. The door was locked by the alarm, and we have no means to open it. And then we...
Akuro smash.
Akuro. Bong, bong, bong.
That would go so hard.
Better call Sai.
We are so Barack.
Why?
Why?
I don't know, I'm just back. That's why.
Welcome back.
Okay. I already read this, by the way.
Who's this?
7 is you.
Having to accept that, we kept walking toward the room Kate had indicated on the map, labeled as A5. I'm so good.
2.
Skill issue.
Fact.
The appearance of the narrow room perfectly replicated the hallways. Every curtain was stained black, and very little light let us see where we were. However, we were at least able to shine some light on the situation by noticing that the contents of all the cabinets had been removed, which Kate hadn't noticed. First glance, we could tell it had been a plan not conceived lightly. I get it because it's dark in there? Okay. Despite that, it was Sai who quickly proposed a different idea. The lack of gems in that room could have been a mere diversion, as it was too hard to believe something as important as the Sekimeiya. There we go. Hadn't been the target of a real robbery attempt.
Hmm.
In the last and shorter hallway were the bathrooms, which nobody entered.
Hmm. I'm reading.
Oh my
What's in the
God.
staff room? Could we find a phone there?
No, every staff member has a personal locker, but we can only open mine, and I don't keep any devices inside. There's a reason why I believe Naomi might have hidden upstairs. If, as I suspect, she's part of this. Above us, there are 5 desolate floors full of offices. However, there's a 7th floor that we call the attic or the Ashia floor. Who is this?
Who is
Seven,
this?
I think.
So,
Me?
Seven.
Okay. Kate explained the story behind its existence, and he left the most important detail for the end.
I don't have the key to access it, only Naomi does. She's the sole trusted individual chosen to preserve its interior as well as possible, and she possesses the only key I know of.
it saved us 20 minutes.
So she's able to hide inside for as long as she pleases.
I'm sorry.
That's
That's right. Ivatsky's correct, and she was still in the event room when the alarm went off. She has to be hiding, or else she would have shown herself already. That's a perfect place she has at her disposal. I didn't find anyone else on this floor, so she's most certainly above. I doubt we'll be able to do anything if she's locked in the attic, but we have to do all we can to find her.
A door was in the middle of the staircase. Kate was surprised to see it unlocked because it shouldn't have opened in the past few days. When we were about to walk up the stairs, Isla asked whether we could take the elevator instead. Indifferently, Sai tried to open its door, but it didn't budge.
I thought that said indubitably.
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 Kate told us what we need to know about it. No key would be needed to access the other floors with it, with the exception being the attic, which required a special key only Naomi had.
However, it's not going to work.
What?
Right now, the elevator won't move if you call it. The alarm disabled it.
I see. Sorry, Isla, but there's nothing we can do about that.
Aww.
It's okay, she'll be dead soon. I was displeased, but she was doing a fairly good job of not making a scene for a child her age. The wooziness left by unconsciousness had probably played some part in that.
When we stepped inside the second floor, we were met with a very different scenery. Varying shades of blue and grey were surrounding us, showcasing a much calmer atmosphere. Our goal was to inspect the whole building. Kati told us nobody had been on the crystal floor, but we knew nothing about the ones above it. However, assuming he was right about the attic, we won't find Naomi anyway. We began with a bathroom. Then we inspected the offices, occupying the main space of the floor. There were 3 partitions separated by translucent walls full of powered-off computers. Next, the block windows made us stop. Just like before, exiting by force was out of the question.
Aww.
Lastly, we saw the corridor leading to the 3rd floor.
7.
It looked exactly like the second, with swapped staircases. We repeated the same process and concluded that there was nothing to be found on it. Kate didn't have the login information for the computers, so our single way to measure time was Sai's wristwatch. According to it, the time was 9:50.
That was 2
2,
screens,
right?
big fat, yeah.
Okay. With Kate at the front, we stepped onto the 4th floor. While the bathrooms were being checked, I felt someone's hand on my shoulder. It was Atsuki's. He had been at the back of the group, maintaining his predictable, reserved attitude. Look at this. I found it in the staircase. What was surprising was seeing a silver key on the palm of his hand. It looked fairly modern, and not one that would belong to any door nearby.
Did this happen?
No. Not last time.
No. I don't think it did.
Hmm.
And it just kind of appeared.
There have been many different things that have not happened last time so far. This definitely is a separate timeline.
Hmm.
So go to the next line.
Mm-hmm.
That would actually support your theory, Fat, by saying that this is technically the other Shiroya.
It's Shiroya.
It could be
Wait.
the other Shiroya, but it could not be. Who knows?
It's
Yeah.
the Shiroya verse.
7 go.
The Shiroya cinematic universe.
I turned around to the others. He stopped, or to face the others. He stopped me. I'd like to not tell them.
What?
That's my reaction. What?
It
At his signal, I walked down the stairs with him. Everyone else was either in the bathrooms or waiting next to them, so
my
they didn't
bad.
notice us. Oh no, it's fine. I read it.
Are you gonna go down and like open the Sekimeiya cabinet?
Based?
Sekimeiya.
It's over.
This doesn't look like an ordinary key, so it should open a special door.
Oh, the attics?
I don't think so. Doesn't it remind you of the security room door?
I guess it does.
I could be imagining things, but I think there are a few details Kate mentioned that don't make any sense.
Really?
And if this really opens the security room, it could confirm that. Was it Kate in front of us all this time, checking the floor as if he was looking for something?
Is that so? I didn't pay attention.
Base?
Look,
I also didn't
Atsuki
pay
Atsuki can actually pay attention, meaning that he could have been trying to find his key, which he didn't tell us about. If it's related to the security room, makes sense he would have kept it a secret since there are some inconsistencies there. That's what happens when we take away his perspective.
7, this is you.
Exactly.
While we walked around the floor, he filled me in on what he'd been suspecting. A few assertions Kate had made about the time of the attack contradicted each other. I was taken aback, not by the idea that Kate might have been lying, but because Asuki had been thinking about all of it. During the previous days, it seemed like a person whose life had been drained out of him. He looked pretty serious, which made me consider that maybe he thought the attack was related to what happened 2 weeks earlier. Realizing that he'd gone back to being someone I could have a conversation with, I decided to fume room follow him down. In truth, what he's saying made sense. What he was saying made sense. Kate had said that the alarm had shut the door to the security room. If he tried to hide the existence of its key, that could have indicated that opening it was possible and that he had a reason to prevent it. Given that he worked inside it and that he might have expected the key to be on the floor of the office rooms, maybe he'd been the one to drop it and wasn't completely sure where.
One of Atsuki's points was undeniable. Kate had been surprised to hear Naomi had been gone. While he'd later complained that he'd inspected the entire lowest floor, he had claimed that he'd left both doors in the lobby open while he'd searched. But all the crystal rooms he'd supposedly looked into had been closed. Perhaps that had been done that had been done to direct us upward, where he'd wanted to retrieve his key.
Also, I think he actually saw it, but he didn't say anything. Might have wanted to grab it when we moved on.
I see.
Do you see though?
Blind
No.
Faith 2? 3?
3?
7?
7.
I guess.
Hey, where are you two going?
On the second floor, we turned around and saw Erna and Isla. They were alone and must have realized we'd left.
I found this key. I'd like to know if it belongs to the security room.
What?
Without hesitating, Asuki told Irina what his intent was, at which she looked a little surprised. After hearing that, she took Isla's hand and came with us. Isla didn't object, as it seemed the crystal floor was where she'd prefer to be. If Kate had a reason to keep us away from the security room, we couldn't know what it was. However, Asuki suspected he might have lied more than once, so those lies might not have been told for the sake of confidentiality. That was why we'd left without telling him, to see what was inside the room before he could think of a way or excuse to keep us out of it.
We were in front of the security room. The metallic door did resemble the key we'd found, and it was hard to believe they weren't a match. Atsuki inserted it in the keyhole and turned it.
It enters all the way, but it's not unlocking it.
The key was getting stuck in the middle of the turn, but as he'd said it, it had to be the correct one. We stood behind him, confused.
Flabbergasted.
That means the door is open, right?
Atsuki looked down and met Isla's face. After considering her conclusion, he turned the doorknob and pushed the door forward.
I can't believe a child is smarter than Natsuki.
Atsuki is fuming right now.
What the hell? It wasn't even locked. This was the right key, though. From the hallway, we saw many lit screens in front of us illuminating a dim space. Seemed like a bit of smoke had leaked through the gaps of the door. Slowly, we made our way in, wondering whether Kate had purposely lied or simply been incorrect.
Also, I like how they've been playing the single track all this time.
Yeah, I know. Maybe a little variation, please. Kate said the alarm door had locked the door. You think that was a lie to stop us from trying to open it?
Too little money. That's it. He must have had something to hide, probably on the computer. On top of the desk were 3 monitors. The one in the middle had its screen occupied by a messy program related to the security cameras. Both side monitors were only displaying the desktop.
Gay top.
We got close to them. There was a single chair in front of the middle screen that Asuki gripped the back of. He was going to sit on it, but he stopped short. We thought the lights had gone off until we saw only the screen's head, which darkened the room considerably. The ones above, though, displaying the real-time footage of the security cameras, were still working.
Hey, this happened. Did the computer shut down? The fans are still going. Probably entered sleep mode because it's been a while since anyone touched it.
Hmm.
God, it's so weird. That's not Atsuki.
He grabbed the mouse, and as soon as he moved it, the 3 screens powered back on, showing the same images as before.
Should I try to look at anything? We might get in trouble. Katai's plans to keep us out of this room. He won't be able to do so anymore.
Maybe he wanted to find the key and lock the door before we realized it was open. You know, backing up what he said about the alarm locking it.
I could see a few programs were working in the background thanks to the taskbar. Perhaps something we couldn't see was hidden in one of them.
Hey, isn't that weird?
What is?
Seven.
Yeah. Behind the chair,
Yeah.
Erna was looking at one of the live screens. They were showing different parts of the floor we were on. Although a few of them displayed only a static black image, according to Kate, that was due to the smoke covering them. But after looking at them for a few seconds, we noticed a large inconsistency Erna had seen.
Yeah, that one. It's showing Hallway B.
Wait, you're right. How's that possible?
Hallway B could be seen through one of the monitors. Although a bit of smoke obstructed the view, it wasn't enough to block it completely. The angle was from a corner above the door to the lobby.
That's basically where we fell unconscious. It's impossible the smoke didn't hit as much as the other cameras. The difference is huge.
Dude,
Something must be wrong about this then. This has to be the live footage since the ceiling and the walls are covered by smoke.
It followed that the difference had to be the camera itself. We turned around and stepped back into hallway A. The silence told us that nobody was close to us, but it was unlikely that would continue for very long. Erna closed the security room behind her, causing a loud noise.
The cupboard cabinets. Yeah, I'm reading. Still sat awkwardly in the event room, which we passed through to enter hallway B.
It's
I'm
now
so
on.
good.
in the left corner above the lobby door was a security camera with a flickering green light. All of us frowned. After all, it looked identical to the other ones, but with one very important distinction.
There's almost no smoke on its lens. How is that even possible?
The camera itself is much more stained, so there's no way the lens wasn't hit directly by the smoke.
Was it clean then? I doubt anyone paid attention to this camera when we were here before, so we can't know how long it's been like this.
Someone wiped off some of the smoke. It could only have been Kate or Naomi, since I'm pretty sure Naomi was really knocked unconscious, so only Kate is left.
Maybe Sai could have? If he faked waking up after me. I don't know how though.
Why are you so sure there's no one else here?
Hidden person could have done it too, yeah?
You haven't seen anyone else, Isla. Someone must have been used to reach it. I think removing all the smoke stuck there would take some time.
Maybe that's what Kate was hiding from us. Normally it's not likely we would have realized this lens was cleaned. It's black too, and there's very little light here.
Yeah, and entering the security room made us notice it immediately. That might make more sense than him only wanting us to not to use the computer. He could have just ordered us not to touch it. You seriously think he's behind this?
I don't know. I just thought a few of his claims didn't make sense. Being a member of the security staff would let him pull some things off though, so maybe.
Surely you two are aware of Zin, right? Yeah, Akira talked about them briefly. I'm sure everyone who knows about them has assumed they're involved in this. I wouldn't rule out this whole thing being a complicated plan, so keeping this camera working might be what they want. This is
Fat.
Big Fats, yes.
Small fat.
We walked the hallway C with a few things I questioned the others about. It didn't seem like they were trying to find us, as we would have immediately heard them calling. I'm so good.
When we arrived at the 4th floor, we still hadn't found anyone.
They might have continued looking through the other ones without us.
I guess so.
The bathrooms! Where we'd see them instead. were
Bathrooms.
open.
back room. The back room.
The back rooms.
Turkish backrooms,
circled-
Roblox.
Turkish back rooms, Roblox. We circled through the floor and arrived on the fifth one for
It's
the
a
first
real
time.
thing, you know.
Unfortunately,
Unfortunately.
it didn't look different from the others, and we couldn't see anyone. We repeated the same route as we had on the lower floors, reaching the last one we had access to.
The attic's door should be here, so maybe they found a way to get in.
7.
7.
Yeah, right. We went to the opposite corridor
Seven.
where we found the entrance to the next floor, although it looked like a dead end at first. A grey door came into view when we got closer.
Yeah, this must lead to the attic.
Upon turning the knob, Erna realized that the door was locked, like we've been told.
One second. It can't be that they're inside. Maybe they followed us down and we missed each other.
A little lost, we walked back and stood in front of the offices. We hadn't checked the last few since it seemed unlikely the others would still be looking through them. Husky and I checked the third partition and didn't find anyone, then we opened the 2 bathrooms which were also vacant. Same was repeated on the 5th floor with identical results.
When we were walking down to the 4th, we stumbled upon someone going up.
Oh, here you are. I couldn't find you.
Are you alone?
I am. Where'd you go? I was using the bathroom below and saw that nobody was still outside when I left.
Huh? We found the key to the security room, so we went to the crystal floor. Kate inside didn't come with us, though.
I'm confused.
God, information overload. He had 2 words. It's over for him.
Big Akuro doesn't understand.
Why did you not wait for us? Did you open the security room then?
Akuro understands whataboutism but doesn't understand the appeal to authority fallacy.
Yeah, that's why we'd like to find Kate.
Akuro hates being dumb.
Why did you have that accent?
I don't know.
I see. I looked through the remaining floors since I imagine you all must have kept going up, but they were empty. I got to the Ashia's floor's door, which I could open. Then I walked back down to the crystal floor, but I haven't found anyone until now. Who is this?
It appeared we'd actually missed each other. Since we just looked through the floors above us, we kept going down.
Yeah.
Two,
I'm so
three,
good.
3?
3.
4.
7.
That's 3.
Yeah.
No,
oh,
that's
here
4.
you
That's
are.
3.
Where the hell did you go? And where's Kate?
So who is it?
7.
7.
Yeah. As soon as we stepped onto the 3rd floor, we reunited with Sai, who rapidly approached us.
You're alone too? Well, you found the key to the security room and went to the crystal floor.
Where did you find it?
Atsuki saw it in the staircase.
I see, and you went to check if it worked. We nodded, awaiting his explanation. I suddenly saw you were all gone and didn't know if you'd walked down or towards the partitions, but I figured I hadn't noticed it gone down the stairs. Didn't find anyone when I went all the way down, but I was gonna search through the first floor until I heard a sound coming from the stairs that I followed up here.
So we missed you on the crystal floor.
He shrugged. I get what you're saying, though. You were able to open the security room.
Before we could explain the more important details, another person appeared from the corridor of the partition.
It's my man Kate.
Here he is.
He's serious. Oh, here you are. I knew I'd probably missed you up here.
Where were you?
I got out of the bathroom and saw that nobody was waiting outside, so I should be asking that. I didn't see anyone on the upper floor, so I went back down. I thought that maybe all of you went down to the crystal floor for some reason. It didn't seem like anyone was there though, so I figured you all be inside the offices somewhere and that I hadn't seen you. We probably missed each other when I was looking alone through the higher floors. Well, why did you all leave? Of course, nobody has seen Naomi, right?
I'm curious about something. Why is it exactly that we can't enter the security room?
You know, it kind of feels weird that with that now the Sekimeiya has been like every 5 minutes.
Yeah.
In the security room, didn't I mention it? The alarm locked it.
And there's no way to undo that lock.
No.
Look at his face.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. Look at his face. He's like the
Pissed.
Kate stare, bro.
That's surprising, seeing as they found a key and unlocked it.
What?
Big fan.
Oski took the silver key out of his pocket and showed it to him.
What the hell? Of course I knew this key can unlock it, but where'd you find it?
In the staircase. Or in this staircase.
That's very strange. There aren't many keys like this one, and I left mine inside the security room without thinking about it. That's why I thought we'd have no way to enter it again.
But just said that you left after the alarm played, right? You would have had to unlock the door to get out if the alarm locked it.
No, key is needed to unlock it from the inside, and after closing the door from the outside, it automatically locked itself again since I didn't disable many of the alarm's functions. Oh god, I need to breathe.
Even though we found the key, we didn't use it to unlock the door. It was already unlocked.
We're back to the accusing Kate of everything scheme.
Wait, look at this face. Look at this face.
Is it what I think it is?
Look at 7.
Mm-hmm.
Turn off the
Look at
text.
Yeah, turn on the text.
It's not it. This one is not it. I think.
No, it isn't. Damn, it's
So
not the
sad.
pissed off one.
He's quite
Excuse
anxious.
Excuse me? That's not how it was
Actually,
programmed.
that's not how it was programmed to work, actually.
Regardless, is that why you left? To see if you could open the security room? Yeah.
Yeah.
None of you are permitted to enter without my consent. Why was I not informed about the key?
I'm sure it was because of
Impulses.
because of the other things you've said. I would have done the same thing. It appears the door being locked is just another dubious claim of yours.
Me trying to prevent the urges to reach for
Oh,
Kate's.
yes, it's there.
Me trying to prevent the urges to reach for Kate's gun.
What? What is dubious what I've said? And that must have been a malfunction in the alarm. I had no way to confirm the lock had been set when it left since the inner knob undoes it by itself. And I didn't check whether the door had locked automatically after I left. I should have, but it appears I didn't.
I suppose that's not too ridiculous.
Bro, Sai would disagree this is not Sai.
Yeah.
Wait a second. We can enter the security room. Why the hell are we talking about this? Now we have a way to communicate with the outside. I set the alarm and shut it down because I thought it had locked the way in. We'll be able to look at the recorded footage as well.
Little does he know. Oh, that's fantastic. Let's go then.
Although I wouldn't exactly have been the alarm to have cut off our access to it. It would have been your ineptitude for not bringing out your key with you.
Ah, classic Sai. I can't deny that. It was my mistake.
And yet an identical key was found up here. We'll see if we can find
Oh
yours
God,
inside the room.
Sai, just kiss him already.
Who's
Kate
this?
nodded and slowly began to walk back. When the
Slowly began to
conversation
walk in front of Sai's lips.
the conversation ceased and the rest of us followed in silence. I glanced over at Atsuki. His brief bout of investigation had been just that, brief. Emptiness was the only thing written on his face whenever he wasn't pursuing some thought. Nobody next to him had a clue how he was feeling, and he decided to at least pass him off as stable. His initiative from before had been a tad surprising, but it was clear that his mind was someplace else entirely. With how strong those emotions were supposed to be, adopting a made-up expression of sorrow was pathetically easy. Out of recent habit, the sight of his face made my own a mirror, and I let my shoulders drop.
He's thinking about the fanfiction.
True. The one he wrote.
Oh god, that's so
we
hard.
were walking down the stairs that led to the second floor where Sai's voice brought us to a halt.
Kaze, how many keys do you have?
You saw.
He turned around, staring at Sai uncertain.
Finally, another song, even though this one sucks as well. What?
That's not too hard of a question, is it?
I understood the reason behind it. As soon as Kate began to walk down the stairs conspicuously, a metallic noises had come from him.
Earlier, you did have a few keys, but the sound you were making just now was significantly different. Like they doubled in number, even.
You're out of your mind.
Perhaps, which is why I'm asking.
What exactly is the issue? I am trusted with many keys so that my job can go smoothly.
Like I said, the issue is that it sounded like you have more now. Did you recently come across a few?
No.
I'm intrigued. Care to show them? Maybe I'm going insane.
I'd rather not. These aren't keys visitors are supposed to have.
Did you miss the word show? I'm not gonna take any.
Show? Isn't Showmanowski?
Show my nuts?
He takes out his persona.
Who is this? Is it me?
Inferno.
Inferno.
It's time for
Yeah.
show to start the show.
Shut the fuck up. Seeing that he was against the request, I took 2 steps forward, and they kissed. Although it was Kati who looked down on him with a quick motion, Sai stuck his hand into her and moved it from Kati's deep pocket where the metallic sound had come. Hey! With one finger, Sai was holding a keyring with 4 keys on it.
I suppose these would make the noise. Why did you not want to show them to us?
Because I didn't feel like humoring your condescending attitude. Are you satisfied now?
Hardly. What did they open, and what's this thing? Tape? Stuck on a
Oh.
keyring was a dark, tiny piece of material. When he separated from the keys, we identified it as duct tape, and that it had been hit by the smoke.
Oh yeah, Fred. When are you leaving?
I have about
We
5
couldn't hear
minutes.
anything. Okay.
5 minutes.
Okay.
Okay.
Zen?
So we can
Yes.
probably wrap this scene up and
Yeah.
then we'll be good.
Yeah.
Zen, you're reading.
Stuck on the keyring was a dark and tiny piece
No,
of
no,
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 no.
no.
Shiroya.
Shiroya.
I'm sorry. I have to get adjusted to the fact that that's me, okay?
Bro, forgot.
He's so bad.
Wait, isn't that one?
I grabbed the keys and looked at them on my palm.
Yes. The Sekimeiya. This cabinet. This is the keyring Naomi had.
Oh, wouldn't that explain it?
Naomi's keyring? That's a big leap you're making. This is my own with the same keys Naomi has.
Are
You
you
should be able to get into
sure?
the attic.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm aware of the keys I'm given. This was the original self, in fact. Naomi was given a replica of it since her job was recently expanded.
So all these keys belong to you and you just didn't find it until now.
Yes.
You do understand there's a simple way to prove whether you're lying, right?
What are you talking about?
I see, you don't get it. You're claiming these are yours, am I right? You didn't just come across Naomi whatsoever.
You're being very irritating. How do you intend to prove whatever accusation you're making?
It's not a definitive way, but earlier you said that Naomi has the attic key that you don't.
Yes.
So if one of these keys opens the attic, we can confirm you're lying, which I was already fairly certain of. How does that sound?
I think this one might fit in the keyhole we saw.
That's
How
not-
does he know that?
He's so
just
good.
built different.
He built a
He just remembers how the keyhole looks like. Good job. This one is definitely odd one out. I'm glad Naomi didn't keep it separately.
Yeah, I think. Yeah. Sai turned around and began to look up the stairs. Even though going to the security room was a priority, nobody stopped him. If he was right, Kate had recently obtained that keyring. He must have known Naomi's whereabouts and had been given those keys after setting up the illusion that the attic would only be accessible for her. Okay. I have to go.
Alright, Fred.
We'll see you later,
Goodbye.
Fad.
Yeah.
Have a good day, big fan.
Goodbye, Fred.
Yeah.
You guys want to play with Autumn? Or...
No, I think that's about not nice for today.
How many hours do we have?
We have
We have.
this
What do you mean, how
stream
many
shadow
hours
on the
do we
game.
On the stream.
Oh, an hour and
1
10
hour
minutes.
and 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's a good place to stop, I think.
Yeah.
Well, I
No,
don't know what I
like-
expected, but nothing happened.
Well, I
Bro,
mean,
I'm-
yeah.
Bro, I'm just happy Kati's back.
Yeah, to be honest, that was the real like
Treats.
big thing.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, the new Kati spray goes actually so hard.
Yeah, the fact that he had a
Code on.
whole new like coat and shit, that was sick.
Mm-hmm.
That's the hardest moment in
I'm pretty sure
Sekimeiya.
that was like the code in his own locker. If you guys remember.
Yeah, it was.
Probably.
So nice detail
Hardest
on that
moment is-
department too. Anyway,
Hardest moment.
hardest.
Hardest moment in Sekimeiya. Kati having a coat.
I'm gonna make Kate hard, and it'll be the hardest moment in Sekimeiya. Nah, he's old. He can't get hard anymore. It's quite sad. I'm sure he'll find someone. Saya would be okay with it.
All right, I'm gonna go to bed. I think.
Me too.
Yeah.
Alright, good.
Good night,
had become
everyone. Good night, gamers.
I am
I had-
become chapter 2.
Now I have
The
become
door
chapter
to
2, the destroyer of
chapter-
chapter 1s.
3.
1. Yeah, I know.
Dr.
Okay.
Sex.
Have a good night, Seven.
Good night, Zen.